Okie doke.
Alright. So, when last we left off, Val decided that she had an uncle in town. And Amlin 100% believed her.
Woohoo.
You guys were exploring the museum. Amlin is going to be gone for a little bit, so if you guys want to poke around, you are free to do so.
I think Maxine's gonna be hanging out with Val trying to straighten out this story.
Yeah. Woohoo. Well, I have some idea what I'm going to
What
tell
about
you.
people? Alright, the people who are on the platform having tea, are they still there?
The people up on the balcony?
Yes, Val.
Yes. They don't seem to be, like, paying you any mind, if that's what you're asking.
Well, at this point, Val's gonna try and present herself as a good niece. She's gonna take the earring out of her ear and, with prestidigitation, maybe make herself smell a little better.
Maxine kind of
look good
claps
for
and
the
nods, like, yeah, good job, you're doing great.
Alright, tell you what, give me an intelligence check, to see how presentable you make yourself. Maybe this should probably be wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
How
Alright.
good is your smell good?
Let's see. So, what within wisdom, or just a wisdom check?
Tell you what, since you're using magic, give me an arcana check based off wisdom.
Devil's bargain.
Your perfume's a little bit strong. You don't really notice.
Oof.
But you tried.
Yeah. Well, the earring's gone. Maxine's not gonna say anything to me about it?
Yeah, do I notice how they smell? Or like
Yeah, she... What kind of perfume did you put on?
I was trying to do a faint scent of lilac, but, you know.
It smells like you have pressed a lilac-scented dryer sheet to your face.
just like Mom used to make.
What are Bright and Tara doing right now?
Bright is gonna look for a back room or something where the new artifact might be kept.
There is a big metal door over in the top left.
Torin is going to casually inform him. You know this is gonna go terrible, right? And you know Zatlin talks to herself?
Yep.
Not
So
helping.
He's
Pointing
gonna
that
just very casually go look at the door.
It is a big metal door with a big metal padlock on it. And there's a sign next to it saying, employees only.
Interesting.
I hear that. I pretend I don't.
Wow.
I say, could you keep it down there? Someone from up top just looks down at you. What are you doing?
Allergies.
Oh, yes. This museum has terrible ventilation.
Yep. All that old stuff.
Yes, there's a rather smoky scent in the air. He goes back to reading.
Alright.
Torin will make his way over as soon as the person's attention has diverted.
It is.
You hissed?
Open the door.
I'm going to inspect the door, see if I can determine if there's like an arcane lock on it somewhere.
All right. Go ahead and give me Arcana.
That would be interesting.
You're honestly not sure. There's definitely some magic around here. You're not sure if it's on the door, though.
I'm just gonna look at Bright, shake my head.
It's a lock.
This is outside my purview. And then, like, I'll wiggle my fingers to it magically.
Cast knock. Bet you won't.
And then
Alright,
I'm like,
so
oh, what is that smell?
trying
like
to
someone
further
murdered
trying to further develop her little guise, Val is going to try and make her face flush and maybe eyes well up a little bit.
Oh,
Just
the
kind of in
emotional
preparation
approach.
for the heart-touching need.
All right.
Performance?
Yeah, give me performance. I
Alright,
was gonna say either performance or deception.
I'm good with either.
I think it should be-
Nice.
Oh my! All right.
Bart.
Yeah. You got some good crocodile tears going.
Great.
And it's at that moment
Oh,
that Cerulean and Anlin are walking into the front door. So, this is... So where's this person you wanted me to meet, Anlin? Oh, she should be just over here.
Oh.
Right.
Val stands to nervous attention, getting up from her seat.
Let me go ahead and show you Cerulean's hint.
Maxine's gonna kind of like pat her on the back and then like sit down, like, you know, like you got this. I'm like your little cheerleader.
He walks up to Torin and is just like, I thought you said it was a niece.
Oh,
No,
no.
that's not who wanted to see you. She's sitting over there, actually. And
I'm gonna look him over though, just to see like, what do I get from his appearance? Does he seem excited about this? Does he seem wary?
he has the exact facial expression he has in his token. He looks like he doesn't believe this for a second.
Oh no,
And is-
Anlin didn't butter him up for me?
No?
Alright.
Anlin doesn't think he needs buttering up.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, Anlin just looks like really excited for this because he didn't know Cerulean had a niece, and neither did Cerulean. So Cerulean is gonna look over to the actual half-drow and approach. So, you're my niece.
Torin's gonna turn to Bright and like shrug, like, do I look drow? He like gestures to the tusks.
Alright.
I would
Well,
just
I
say
think-
that you happen to look remarkably like Cerulean.
Yeah, you know, on the orc side.
Yeah. Maybe you're half drow, half orc. That's a
Like
thing.
Torin is like, I'm not slender and fey.
He looks a Val over, and his expression he shakes his head and laughs quietly.
Val puts on a nervous voice. Yes, that would be me, sir.
Right. So what's up?
Well, I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment. I don't really know how to say this to you, but we're related.
Deception with a disadvantage.
Wait. No, I need to go into the story. Give me a second.
Okay. I'm very
Let's see.
excited to hear this.
See, Uncle Cerulean, the thing is, you have another sister.
Hang on, I need to play his theme. You should like the name.
Your favorite uncle?
The way my mom told me, you were too young to remember when the family came upon hard times. And when push came to shove, she elected to leave so that they could better provide for the rest of the family. She pleaded and pleaded to the family, her mother, to forget about her, along with any of the guilt that they might feel after she left. Mother always told me the stories, but never the names. After she died, I felt empty. I went to a temple of the sovereign host. I begged and pleaded with the priests. And the gold sure didn't hurt. Asking for family, anyone who might know anything else about me. And they pointed me in your direction. With just your name, and came upon this little town of Zilspin. Zilspar, I'm sorry. I'm sure Val wouldn't have forgotten that.
Yeah,
Zilspar.
I won't blame you for that one.
Well, I'm here.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Oh.
Wait, can Maxine start to tear up a little bit at the story?
Alright.
Alright, tell you what, Maxine, give me a performance check to aid.
Yeah, okay, good. Fuck.
Performance.
Oh, thank God.
You rolled a 3, though.
I feel better at this one. No!
You rolled a 3, though.
Alright.
So, yeah, Maxine starts to actually cry.
In the background, the only reason you're tearing up is because of the overwhelming smell.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so vaccine's not gonna be any help.
I tried, buddy.
Vaccine?
No, I'm talking. I thought maybe she'd be able to help me sell the story. However, with steely determination, she tried to deceive Cerulean.
Disadvantage.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
Oh crap!
Oh crap, here it comes!
Oh god!
Wow.
Wow.
I promise, sir, I'm not looking for money or support or anything. I do fairly well. I just want to know more about my family. I want to get to know you.
Uh-huh. He smiles at you.
Val sheepishly smiles back.
Say, Anlin. Yes, Cerulean. Can you do me a quick favor and shoo out the people from the balcony? I want to have a chat with my niece in private, if you don't mind.
I want to do insight on this.
Go ahead.
I have
am,
advantage.
yeah.
He seems...
That's a 14.
He seems entertained by the story and willing to hear her out. Though it's pretty obvious he doesn't actually believe her.
I want to use my...
Wait. I didn't roll my inspiration die. I will roll the inspiration die on the 19 I got, if that's okay with you, DM.
Alright, sure.
Alright.
I'll tell you.
It is a d6 and a 6.
Alright, I'm gonna let you know right now, you had to roll a 6 to beat his insight.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So, his expression is a little different. He isn't convinced, but you sold the story pretty well. And it's less that he's willing to hear you out, and more that he's intrigued by your story.
Oh. Well, Val's gonna wait for him to make the move.
But he's going to ask for the same thing, and Anlin's going to run up and just grab the people who are reading and tell them there are some snacks waiting for them by the fire, and then he's going to run up front and tell his secretary to make snacks. You hear a rather loud groan as she trudges over to the door, to the metal door, unlocks it, and shuts it and locks it behind her.
As she Gordon wants to catch a glimpse of what's inside that door if he can.
Give me a perception.
And also how she opened it.
As far as how she opened it, she just put a key in a lock, and then just before she shuts it, she like reaches back around, undoes the lock, and then shuts it again. As for what's inside it, looks like some desks, lots of papers, a couple small wooden crates.
Okay.
So, Cerulean wants to take you up to the balcony, where everyone is currently being shooed out. You gonna go with him?
I will.
All right.
But with one last insight check.
All right.
We're pretty bad.
Wow, you really sold your story well. You think he buys it?
Why wouldn't I?
This is the door, right?
Yes.
Okay, Torin is just gonna wait here as they're talking. Make it seem like he's giving them some privacy.
Mm-hmm. There's a railing on everything. There's some bookshelves in the upper right corner. You're just sitting on like a little wooden bench. So, you know my name. What's yours?
Volante, but you can call me Val.
Val. I'm interested to know what you've heard about me.
The temple only gave you your name, but then I heard Anlin speaking so highly of you and the work you do for the museum. Kind of put me into a shock. But that's about all I know.
Yeah, Anlin and I go way back. Well, you came to find me, and you found me. What do you want?
Well, to tell you the truth, kind of wasn't expecting this.
What
Well,
were
guess-
you expecting?
I guess I want to get to know you better. Maybe learn some more about my other family.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about me if you tell me a little bit about you. How's that sound?
Sure. Well, the human, orc, and other elf down there, or over there, they're friends of mine who've been supporting me in my little quest. And, well, I don't really have a home. I do fairly well as a musician. Tavern to tavern. With these guys, of course.
I'm not gonna have you make deception checks unless you say like a blatant lie, because he does kind of believe you, or at least he's willing to accept the possibility you might be saying the truth. Right. He just sort of like glances around, looks at the stairs, make sure no one's trying to peek in. Well, I'm a treasure hunter by trade. I go out into various places, shipwrecks. Sometimes I go out on the islands, old ruined towers. Went to the Mournland once, actually. It's pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah, there's
It's as bad as they say?
it is so much worse. He looks genuinely kind of shell-shocked by that one. But we found some good pieces. A couple of them are on display. He looks over specifically at the sword and the sarcophagus. Yeah, those are good finds. There's a couple more in the back. Me and my crew. Obviously, I don't do it alone. We call ourselves the Blue Bloods.
Well, it certainly sounds dangerous.
Oh, it is. But, you know, everybody knows what they signed on for.
And all the pieces make it back here?
Not all of them. Some of them aren't really fit to show in a museum, so we sell them to other places. Besides, Anlin's place, I don't know if you've noticed, isn't exactly overwhelmingly large, so he can't really fit all our stock. That's why he rotates a lot of it, and to, you know, get people to spend more on tickets.
Gosh, I mean, from the stories you've told of the items out here, surely is impressive. And there's more in back?
Oh yeah. We just got something in, actually. I don't actually stay in town for all that long. Usually I'm away, but you caught me while I was in R&R, so lucky you.
If you don't mind, it'd be great to see some of the other pieces, maybe get your perspective, your stories from them.
I hate to say it, but they're Anlin's now. Once I sell them, he does with them what he pleases. I mean, I could show you something else, but I can't tell you what Anlin has.
Well, Volante does her best to look intrigued.
Say, you notice at this point, he's been kind of looking you over, what you're wearing. You're armed right now, right?
I'm in common clothes, but I have a sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Sword.
So, how long you been traveling?
Well, hung out around Sharn for a month or two. That's where I got more information on you. And if you can call it I got information. And, well, I just got here today, actually.
Well, you work fast. You must be, good at digging up information, then.
If you count begging and pleading old geezers with a handful of coins getting information, then people in Sharn can be a little stubborn.
Don't I know it? So what do you do for a living?
I'm a musician. She kind of points to the flute holstered on her side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you play me something?
What would you like? Val.
Alright. He is going to... let me think of a song name. Why don't you play, Another Drop of Poison? Valente, give me history with actually, no. Give me performance with advantage to see if you know this song.
Oh.
Oh, yes!
Oh fuck yeah.
Good lord. Alright, so yeah, Another Drop of Poison is a fairly jaunty tune, which is a little uncharacteristic since it was written by the Drow. It's sort of adapted from an old tale about one of the ancient Drow priestesses actually meeting Lolth and encountering her. And It's been a little muddied over the years. But nowadays it's more the poison, which originally meant Lolth's gift to the drow, is now more along the lines of alcohol poison. It's not played in bars much, unless, there's a lot of drow around, and it's not a particularly well-known song.
Well, an interesting choice to say the least, but I know it.
Ah, wonderful. Since you know it so well, I'm gonna let you use that nat 20 on the performance check to actually play it as well.
Aye.
So you begin playing the song, and here, let me see if I can find a decent
Rendition.
Actually, tell you what, I'm gonna play your theme song.
Drop of poison. Where did these drums come from?
Yeah, them drow.
He's just like patting the pew along with the beat. He smiles a big old smile. Yeah. Reminds me of home.
Quick question. When I
Quick
peered
answer.
into the room, did I see an exit? Or like a window aside from, or another door?
You saw neither of those things.
Alright.
So, am I getting some attention on the flute?
Yeah, pretty much everyone is like looking up. One of the nobles is like, Alan, when did you get a live band in? I'm getting a lot of surprises today. Did you know Cerulean has a niece? Oh, really? That's actually her up there playing. Oh, I wasn't aware Cerulean had family at all. Neither was I. He doesn't seem... apparently he didn't know. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to Cerulean's theme. So after your little performance, he's very relaxed at this point. Not half bad on that thing. Did my sister teach you?
No. I picked this up by my own. However, she did help with the song.
Yeah. How is she, by the way? She doing
Good.
alright? Oh. I'm sorry. He looks genuinely sorry at that.
Well, yeah, so she's kind of out of it at that point. And she's gonna reminisce, or at least visibly reminisce.
Well, here I was thinking one of my siblings had survived.
You have more family?
You guys are
From the
not-
bottom of the balcony, you just call up. Hey!
Look, we're not listening at all. Just maybe a little bit.
So, what about your mother and father? Or my grandparents?
Well, I know Mom's still alive. Not so sure about Dad. Haven't talked to him in a while. They split up about, 50 years ago? Mom, I think, lives out in the Eldine Reaches still. Dad was a treasure hunter like me. That was before he got too old for it. That's, where I learned the skills.
So, OC, do any of the other people want to do something?
We're not sure. Are we allowed to talk at this point?
He has.
No, you got this. Enjoy
He's made it
your
pretty clear
alcohol.
he just wants to talk to Val.
Yeah,
I just
enjoy your
don't know
own.
if you guys want to look at something else, maybe try and pick a lock. Who knows?
I'm
I'm
waiting
happy.
A lot of
for. I'm waiting for
downstairs
the.
gossiping, and they are all
I'm-
gathered around the fire.
Coolio.
I'm waiting for Annaline's assistant to get out of the room.
She's out. I'll just say at this point she comes out, and she's holding like a tray of like very quickly thrown together salad.
Like,
Here, let me help you with that.
Oh,
Are you
that'd be
going to-
wonderful.
Torrin's going to wait until Bright has her distracted before he moves towards the door.
She hands Bright the tray of salad and is like, "Let me go grab the drinks."
Oh,
She-
sure.
Dashes back in. Comes back out like a minute later with a couple. I guess is ceramic the right term for like a jug?
Yeah.
I guess. She comes out with like a ceramic jug and some clay-fired cups, and she's like, "Just set the salad down on that table right in front of you."
All right. You look over at Torin.
You know, I could use some inspiration for this.
I'll let you use that natural 20 you got on the performance to inspire, right?
Well, I'm staring straight at Bright, our other bard.
Hard
Yeah,
number
but
two.
that would be effort. Effort.
I'm already holding the salad.
So heavy.
Bright would set the salad down and clumsily spill it everywhere.
Roll. I'll let you roll either performance or deception to make it look like you didn't just throw some salad on the ground.
Performance or
Or deception. Loading 7.
Jesus!
I'm gonna roll for her.
Glad you're having a
insight.
good time, Noah, with the rolls. Everyone else is bad.
Alright. Seeing an opportunity to take the seriousness out of this
Well,
conversation.
So, hey, look, I've started day drinking. It's been
Yeah, you grab the salad and you're like, alright, I just need to be careful with this, and I can make it look like it's spilled on the floor naturally. Turns the salad dish over 180 degrees.
Val peeks
She
over
just
for the
looks at you. What the hell was that?
an excuse to help a pretty lady clean up.
Oh my god. Would you
I probably would just give her like a really obvious like wink.
She looks at you with endless disdain.
Like every other woman I've ever met.
Yeah, Maxi's gonna stifle a laugh at at the whole thing.
Oh my
Right,
god.
what are you doing to those nice people?
I'm helping. I'm trying to help. I'm not very good.
Ellen, where do you keep the broom? Oh, it should be in the cellar. Right, of course, as far away as fucking possible. She slams the door behind her, and she goes back in the back room. You hear another door open from within, as well as a string of faintly muffled cursing.
And Bright would just kind of turn to Torin and like mime, like, "What are you waiting for?"
She's in the room! She went back into the room, right?
Yep.
What? You want me to sneak? And like Torrin's just gonna mime angrily. Like, you want me to sneak in while she's in there?
Well, Bright is gonna mime back, like, "Steal the key!"
Can I like insight what the hell they're miming to each other?
Sure.
I got a 13.
You believe Bright to be asking Torin for some kind of sexual favor.
Maxine kind of whispers under her breath, like, "Gosh, you think they could just get a room or something?"
Where is Cerulean looking right now?
Cerulean, when he heard the tray clatter to the ground, like, looked over and saw that Bright was just standing in a puddle of salad. And just, like, glanced back over. You really know how to pick your friends.
God, sometimes it's like herding cats.
It's okay. Started. Half the blue bloods are like kids. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be a big wide-eyed adventurer, and you have to teach them, no, things are actually dangerous.
As soon as she comes out with the broom, Torin is gonna try to sneak in. Like I saw. Wait, what type of desk was there? What?
It looked.
Did I get a good layout of the room, or did I just get up?
You just got like a quick glance. There was a desk on the far back wall, and just like some boxes scattered around the place. It doesn't look like it's organized in the slightest.
Alright, but are there any bits of furniture that could maybe hide a half orc in a pinch?
You
Tall
could
enough?
jump in a crate.
Sure. Alright, as soon as she steps out, Torin is going to try to sneak into the room as she's exiting.
Alright.
And here's where we
Does
blow it.
anyone want to create a distraction? Because otherwise you're rolling stealth
Wha-
with
no,
disadvantage.
You know, while Bright is engaged. So while she's cleaning up, not, you know what I mean, right? Not just.
Yeah, okay. I thought you meant just like
Yeah, no.
as she's opening before she closes it, you were gonna try to slip in. Okay. Give me stealth.
Even though she hasn't. Okay.
I'm doing my
there's
best.
other people.
Wow.
What the hell?
Well, somebody's rolling good today.
You
Alright.
become the box.
I could not get the song you requested in Roll20. I tried like 4 different times.
That's okay.
I could not get the instrumental of Radioactive.
I will take what I can get.
I can play Sophisticated Fight again.
Let's do that. Let's just do that.
Alright.
Here
Alright,
it comes.
Torin briefly vanishes from existence as you move in perfect timing as all of the nobles are like looking over at Bright and sneering at him. You slip inside. I didn't actually model this place because I didn't think you would get in it. And I was kind of pressed for time. But... So I'll just have to describe the layout, because I did plan it. Yes, isn't this great stealth music?
I think it's great. It's like a fucking heist.
Oh, just you wait. But you get in. There's a desk in the back that is just sort of like covered in random papers. There's a couple like what look like filing cabinets to the left of it. There is a window in the far west of the room. And there's another desk there. It's pretty clear one of them is Anlin's and the other one is what did I call her? Nancy? Her name is Nancy. Now, if it wasn't Nancy in the previous episode, then it's Nancy now. She changed her name. The other one's Nancy's because hers is clearly organized. There's also several crates, and sitting on a big table is a small wooden crate that is 1 foot across in every direction. And, however, there is no signet on it anywhere.
So it. I'm gonna try that box. Just open it up.
I'm sorry,
Try
what?
to open it up. I'm gonna try to open that box.
Alright, you're gonna touch that box, aren't you?
I'm gonna look for traps before I touch that box.
So is this the back storeroom? Or
Yes.
stockroom?
This is how we die.
You're not even
Go
there.
ahead and give me perception. You glance around. It doesn't look like there's any, like, security or anything on it. However, you kind of think you hear a sound coming from within the box. You can't quite tell what it is, but it's very consistent. Almost like
A clock.
almost like like a beating sound.
Like a heart?
Like the Jumanji?
Yeah, now that you say it, it does kind of sound like a muffled heartbeat.
Do I notice any,
Terrifying at
do I
all.
notice any traps or anything that could,
No, you didn't notice. You're almost certain there's no trap of any description. I'm gonna go ahead and put the track that I had in mind for this scene on.
Well, then Torin is gonna go for it and try
Yeah.
to open it.
Alright. So Torin, you are dragon marked, correct?
I am. It's a
Your
finding.
dragon-
Mark of finding.
Mark of finding, and it is on your head?
Yes.
Alright. Wonderful.
Oh, Jesus.
When you touch the crate, go ahead and give me a wisdom save.
Oh, Jesus.
20. Alright. You hear in your head a voice whisper, "No!" And you get a really bad headache all of a sudden. It's like your dragon mark is like, burning faintly. It doesn't cause any damage to you since you did succeed on your save, but you get your hand off there real quick.
So I cannot. What if I were to find like a piece, like?
Hang on. Before you do that,
Mhm.
who here is standing within 30 feet of the door that has a dragon mark of any description?
Can you ping the door? That one?
Yeah.
Let's break out the ruler.
Torin.
Oof. Sure, it's not all the way in there.
It was actually the doorstop.
What's up?
It was actually the doorstop. That's why it's 30 feet from the door.
Well, I said 30 feet from the door because I can't really show exactly where the item is. Actually, here, I'll do it properly.
Just take me.
Bright, you have a dragon mark.
I do.
Okay. So, Bright, I'm gonna need a perception check from you, and I'm not gonna need a perception check from Val for reasons. Alright, Bright, you don't hear it. Val, however, you hear like it sounds a little bit like static. It seems like there's sort of muffled words. It sounds like someone's whispering to you, but like I can't remember where your dragon mark is. But wherever it is, it seems to be coming from there. And it says that the only word you can make out is you. It doesn't hurt.
Jesus.
So Torin, you've got a box that doesn't seem to want you to open it.
Is there any instrument in the room that I could use to pick up the box? Like, what do I see around?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff for handling delicate materials. There's cloth gloves. There's like you see a pry bar sitting next to the crate actually.
I just want something to lift up the box so I don't have to touch it.
You can throw on a pair of thick cloth gloves. You surmise they're probably for handling delicate artifacts.
How big is the window?
The window is big enough to throw the crate out, if that's what you're asking. But it isn't a window that can be opened.
We're so dumb, guys.
I swear to God.
You didn't get a nat 20 on your stealth check to stop there. Obviously, something's supposed to happen.
What do you roll to silence breaking glass?
I can't pick the lock?
No, it's not a locked window. It's just a window that doesn't open. Like, it's just a big pane of glass.
Hey, you remember all those warnings we got about not opening the box? I'm gonna try to open the box.
Okay.
This. Wow.
No, I want this.
So, in what manner are you going to try to open this box?
Okay, wait.
No.
Are there any... What are the entrances and exits that I see? I see a door.
Okay,
I see
so
a
there's
window.
the door you entered in. There's the one
There's a door to the
window.
cellar.
Yeah, there's also a door to the cellar. It's sort of like a door to a root cellar. Like it's set into the ground.
I think we're pretty good at D&D. That's the problem.
I think the problem isn't you being bad.
You have no sense of following orders. That might be a problem. Okay.
So yeah, how are you gonna try to open this?
How long has it been?
Like a minute. No one
Yeah,
has noticed you're not there yet.
I'm gonna try the cellar door, see if there's like a little, you know, like how sometimes there's a small opening, small windows in cellars, like heading out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open the cellar door, not go down, just like peek my head in, see if there's anything like that.
This is clearly like it's a pretty small cellar. It's like just storing food and like some cleaning supplies. This is clearly just like a little storage place. All the artifacts are back here. You glance around, you don't see a window though. There's also not, it doesn't look like there's a ladder leading out. It looks like the only proper exit is that front door. Which, probably a fire hazard, but you know, whatever.
Can I try to remove the window pane of the window?
Oh my god.
In the words of Matt Mercer, you can certainly try.
Would that be thieves' tools?
Alright, tell me how you're gonna try to open this window.
So
Like, are you gonna try to cut the glass? Are you gonna try to, like, finagle it in some way to remove the window itself from its setting?
Yes, I'm gonna check the settings, see if there are any weak points in it, and try to see if I can... Jesus! No!
Alright.
Can I fit this in my... Can I fit the item on my person?
It's a 1-foot cube. So
Where's my?
I'm gonna say you could. Of course. You've got a backpack, right?
It's like a lunchbox, dude.
I do. I have a backpack.
You could fit it in your backpack, but I can't think of a better way to phrase this. It will create a very noticeable bulge.
That's what she said. High five, Ellie.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
Okay. No. I'm gonna look around. Do I see a spare key anywhere?
give me. Would this be investigation?
Sure. I'd also like to see if I can find like a description of the box, of things, notes that that might have been taken.
Give me investigation.
Investigation.
Alright, you look around a little bit. You open a couple drawers in Anlin's desk. It looks like there is a spare key in Anlin's desk, which you can take. You also find, like, a sheet of paper with some notes written on it. It just says, headache upon contact, strange noises, crowbar doesn't work, and then just at the bottom, reminder, ask Cerulean where he found this thing.
Okay. Because they said crowbar doesn't work, I'm gonna try my crowbar on it. Does it really not work?
You get your crowbar on there and try to move it. It is unmoving. This crate is clearly sealed magically.
Cool. This is my okay. Okay, yeah. Then I am going to, keeping the key, go back to the door, listen until I hear see if I can gauge what the conversation is outside.
Bright is going to very loudly try to flirt.
Alright. So
Roll sexual persuasion.
With disadvantage.
I just want to see how well you do it. The distraction's gonna work no matter what.
Sexual persuasion.
Oh Jesus!
No!
there's too many 20s in this feed.
Alright, well, Bright, you are slowly undoing the damage that you've done between your and Nancy's reputation as you assist her in cleaning up your mess. All of the nobles see, well, they're not really nobles, they're just sort of like slightly higher class people that live down here, seem to be upset that their snacks have been ruined. Anlin is trying to assuage or ameliorate the damage as well, as he gives them a few, as he helps hand out drinks.
Right, I'm very curious. How do you exactly flirt with someone who you spilled salad all over?
The best way to talk to a woman is to ask about her intellectual pursuits.
Oh, she's picking up salad.
Well, I mean, like, what brought you to this museum? What are you interested in?
Gosh, you're funny and smart.
What are you interested in? Glares back, not having to clean up salad.
I'm so sorry, I'm very clumsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have thought of something, but I wasn't clever enough. It's hard to think of a good reason to get a chance to talk to someone like you.
I'm a secretary. You could have talked to me up front.
Well, I mean...
Well, secretary, janitor, curator, item handler, among other things. Yes, you do wonderful work, Nancy.
Sounds
Excuse
like
me
you're
for
pretty
one
much
moment.
running this
I do a lot of the legwork. Anlin does a lot of the administrative work. I will be right back.
Wait a second. Wait. So we're new in town. I was just wondering, like, what are you doing tonight?
I think the DM will be right
Yeah.
back.
That was Osu.
Wow.
Keep that though.
So many
Good
levels
energy.
of
Good
failing.
energy.
Listen, I am not good at flirting in any stretch of the imagination.
Alright, I'm back.
Repeat, because I want that to be canon.
What? Oh, what are you doing tonight?
She looks up at you, sleeping.
Bright says, I could do that.
You like some company?
That's a little too bold.
Well, Torin is gonna sneak back out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, doesn't look like anyone even noticed you were gone.
Well, Cerulean, I'd assume the conversation just kept going. You
Yeah,
said there
you-
was something you could show me. Any possibility? of that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can do that for you. It's, not all that interesting, but it's, kind of an item I haven't really found a decent buyer for. It's a little, eclectic for here, even though the tastes here are already pretty eclectic. But, yeah, why don't you come by my house? It's, down by the river, pretty far south side of town.
All right. I guess I'll see you there. What day would work for you? Later tonight, or?
Later tonight. I'm gonna be in town for a little while, so.
It's been great talking to you. I guess I'll see you later then.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, niece.
Thank you, Uncle.
He's-
Oh, I have. Oh, go.
He smiles and shakes your hand. And he, like, takes a step to leave for, like, he seems to consider something. He looks back at you. You know, if you ever wanted to, go on a treasure hunt, we could always use some extra help with Blue Bloods.
Volante looks very excited. Like, the kind of naive, not even trying to hide it.
Are you genuinely excited, or are you trying to put on a show?
I'm putting on a show.
Okay. He
That'd be
smiles.
great.
We'll talk later. He steps down. Well, Enlin, thanks for introducing us. I think my niece and I are gonna have some more chatting to do later. Oh, wonderful. Everyone, you can take your drinks back upstairs if you want. And they just sort of like grumble. One of them mentions salad. And Cerulean is going to take his leave.
Well, I'm beat. Let's go take a nap, guys.
Do you just announce that to the?
I pooped.
Volante comes downstairs.
Yeah,
Trying to
Meg-
talk to Max.
Yeah, Mexi's gonna be waiting for Volante, and she's like, "Well, how did it go?"
I think it went great. He invited me to his house later tonight.
Oh.
Show me something.
Oh, I gotcha. She like kind of like touches like tip of her nose. She's like, "I gotcha." Alone, right?
She puts air quotes, alone.
Gotcha.
So,
Did he
hate
say
to say
alone?
it.
He didn't say alone. He
didn't
didn't
say alone.
specifically say that you couldn't bring anyone.
It was it was their own conversation. I think it was implied. But yeah, Maxine picks up what Val's putting down.
Yeah, but it's a shame. I think you'd make a great uncle, actually.
And Maxine's gonna kind of remark on like, he looked like he was genuinely smiling at the end there.
Yeah, I'd like to hope so. Means
might
I
have.
sold it.
Maxine's gonna kind of laugh and shake her head and say like, you might have actually done something really kind of nice for the guy.
I don't have to break his heart just yet.
Oh.
Alright.
So did you find anything out down here?
So let's well, Torn is gonna head outside and like wait for everyone.
Maxine's gonna
Alright.
shake her head.
Y'all want to move outside?
See.
I'll wave goodbye to Anlin and Nancy.
Anlin waves goodbye cheerfully. Nancy waves goodbye less cheerfully.
I'm going
Feel
to
free to
think
come
about it.
again. We should have We should have our new stock in next week if you want to come back.
Maybe on the return
Sounds
visit.
Like a date.
Okay.
Please
So
tell me you found something.
are we like all outside?
I mean, you can move your tokens.
Yeah, we're here.
Alright.
So how'd it go? Torn's gonna say.
I'm gonna put the investigation theme back on.
Right, get off me.
I was there first.
There first.
Well, for me it went fantastic. I think he believes it, and he's invited me over to his house later tonight to show me something he hasn't given to Anlin.
Oh,
Well,
Do you think that
No.
could be it?
funny you should
There's
mention
hope.
that. I found a very convenient 1 by 1 foot box. That gave me one hell of a headache when I touched it.
Did it? It had Lady Specule's mark on it, right?
It did not, but I couldn't get the lid open. It was magically sealed. And it talks, apparently.
what?
Voices in your head. That's pretty weird.
Well, Val kind of speaks. Speaking of headaches, did any of you feel something from that book?
No.
You're the only one who touched it.
I tried to read it, and if you could tell, kind of gave me quite a shock to the head.
So that's what happened back then.
What language was it? It wasn't any that I knew.
I have no clue. All I know is it gave me a headache.
Insight check. Just to see if she's leaving out any information about what happened to her in the book. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a 14.
Oh yeah, because you have the
Yeah.
thing that makes your insight always good.
Suspicious.
If memory serves, you're not leaving anything out.
Alright.
Well,
We'll try to. Well. We could just come back to Net and grab that box anyway, and he will very carefully hold up a key. You know, just for Bright to see.
Wait, you didn't take the box?
wait, why would
Where
he?
would I have put it?
I mean,
Right.
that's not Lady Specule's box. It didn't have the mark on it. It's just a box. A magic box.
It's easy to get rid of a mark.
What?
Well, it's more difficult to explain away a magic talking box.
How do you get rid of a mark?
Did she tell us the signet was magic?
Did she?
No, I don't think she really went into any detail about the signet. Presumably, if it was just painted on, then it would be pretty easy to sandpaper it off.
Why would they go through the effort of removing the mark? They're just gonna open what's inside of it, and then display it.
So that nobody knows that it was stolen?
And they can't open the box. So the mark might be the only thing they could have gotten rid to disguise it.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I think the safest thing to do is go where we're wanted first.
Oh, one more thing. Speaking of your uncle, he was the one who delivered that box to Anlin, so we could just pry him for information before we consider taking it.
Precisely.
Where does he live?
By a river. I'm sorry. Did you say north or south?
South side of town on the waterfront.
Right. There.
So, I guess dinner's there tonight, huh? At least for one of us.
Yeah, I'm not... I surely want you guys backing me up in case anything goes bad. I'm still not completely sure of how convinced he is.
He's just one guy, right?
He talked about traveling through the Mournlands.
He did?
So,
Why would
I'm
anybody
fairly
want to
certain
do that?
he's not just a guy.
I think I'd like
That's
to
where
talk to
some of
him
the
too.
exhibits.
Did he say what it was like? Survivors? People?
He said it was worse than they make it out to be.
Maxine looks a little distraught.
Ooh.
No one survived that.
Oh.
I don't know. I heard lots of terrible things. The ones that survived aren't really people anymore.
Well, as far as I know, he seems to be.
Maxine will look to Val and she's like, I'll back you up when you go, but probably best if, you know, we weren't seen and he's just one guy. Surely he's not planning anything.
Who knows?
Just pretend that you didn't understand that he wanted
Understand,
to be alone
right?
with you. Yeah. Bring along a couple of guests.
He also
We are
made me
your
an offer
friends,
about.
Arlen.
He also made me an offer about joining him on a treasure hunt. So I'm not sure how that'll work out.
Sounds like he genuinely liked you. Wanted to keep you as company.
I guess. Oh no. I just hope he's not better than me at stories.
Oh, like it just like hit the realization like, oh wait. He could be lying. Well, what do you guys want to do until then?
Do you want to see if that Dragonborn is of any interest?
The one who was yelling?
Yeah. He might actually have genuine reason to believe that Anlin is a thief.
Yeah, but
Tyrannus.
Yes,
who
Tyrannus.
cares?
Cover all our bases if Cerulean is in on it.
Wouldn't it make
We'll
us
know what
look
to do.
worse
Well,
if
yeah,
he
but-
was in on it and we were caught talking to people who were against Anlin?
But what does that have to do with the item that we're looking for? Who
Well,
cares if he stole artifacts? It's not our business.
Right, well, back to the inn. Maybe a shower after those 3 days.
Yeah, I'd
And,
like some lunch.
That way we don't show up, you know, unexpected and smelly.
Yeah, anybody smell that weird flower smell?
Maxine's gonna kind of like cut right off. She's like, "Shh, obviously she likes that smell. Don't bring it up.
What?
Don't be rude about Val's perfume. She obviously likes smelling like this."
Okay.
As her eyes start to water up a little bit from like smelling more of it.
Alright. So back to the inn it is then. Some food, wash up, and wait till night.
I sure hope those bathrooms are a little private. I would hate to turn around and see Rusty as they're walking back.
well, you know, he was taken with you. Might be a real possibility.
What a weirdo. He was nice
I
though.
don't think. Sure, that's the word I would use.
Alright, so y'all are heading back to the Black Stump.
Yeah, we're gonna wash up, chillax, and then leave for Ceruleans, right?
I want to, after washing up, just spend some time at the bar, eavesdropping in general, seeing if I hear anyone mention a traveling party, a couple that came by. Just like passively gathering information.
Okay.
After showering.
Gotta smell good.
Yeah, it smells good.
I'm trying to think what I can have you roll for this.
Roll to shower?
Oh no, for the information gathering.
Dexterity.
Oh.
For
Shower is
showering.
obviously sleight of hand.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
I am
You
so
go.
clean.
You have a very successful shower. Okay.
No longer like lavender.
Just go ahead and give me a flat d20 roll. We'll see if you get lucky. Lucky 13. Not really. You don't really hear anyone chatting about people coming through here.
Alright. Yeah, okay. That'll be it for me. Well, while I'm down there, I'm gonna ask Dusty if he could just give me a quick rundown of the town. If what to enjoy around this party. Around these parts.
Oh well. Let's see. There's always. I think y'all went to the museum. Is that? Honestly, not a lot happens around here. It's a pretty quiet place. You could always go fishing by the river, or head up into the forest, see if you can do some hunting or something. Occasionally someone will put on a song here at the tavern.
Well, I'm looking forward to this evening's performance. Thanks, Rusty.
Sure thing.
Well, that's it. And we established that out of character. We established that the travelers were just here for like 2 nights before they no,
2 nights.
just 1 night, and then they had
Yeah, it was just one night.
1 night, then they just left.
Yep.
Great, that's it for me. Thanks, guys.
So as you are leaving the tavern, you are approached by someone.
What do they look like?
They look like this fellow.
Precisely like this guy.
More importantly, do they look mad?
No. But they are armored. This guy, it's clear. It's pretty clear this guy is a guard of some authority, and he comes up to you and says, you must be the travelers that we heard about. My name is Angvar, Sheriff Angvar.
Maxine's gonna kind of come to attention. She's like, it's good to meet you, Sheriff. What can we help you with?
Well, I heard around town that the 4 of you were looking into that caravan that disappeared.
What are you talking about? Never heard that before.
Deception.
That's good. Oof.
Well, if you don't know, then I suppose we don't have anything to talk about.
Well, I mean, have people been disappearing around here lately?
A little more than usual.
Oh, they usually disappear?
You know what I mean. With increased frequency. There's not a lot that goes on in Zilspar, but lately we've been... Well, the road from here to Sharn ain't exactly safe anymore. I just wanted to see if you four knew anything about that. I guess I must have misheard. But I heard one of the postmen mention that you lot were looking into something.
Man, the only time we ever talked to anybody about it was Rusty. Right?
There may have been some people listening. And you happen to know that pretty much all of the mail is handled by House Orion, who are not on great terms with House Lyrindar.
Bright would kind of like lean in very conspiratorially and say, "So, what have you heard?"
Well, we won't do too much in the way of investigating outside of town. But there's been reports of, well, people getting held up. Then they go through what they've got, take anything of particular value, and send them on their way. The good news is, at least as far as we know, no one's been killed yet. But 4 different people have been robbed, and we've had consistent, never-ending reports from that tyrannous fellow. He's been robbed. He seems to think Anlin's in on it, but we found no evidence to support those statements. Listen, I'll be upfront. I'd be very appreciative if you could figure out what's going on, or at least if you find any information to report it back to me. I want to know that the people of this town are safe. This is a quiet place. I aim to keep it that way.
Maxine's gonna smile, and she's going to say, I appreciate all the work you do for your town, sir. I'll be sure to let you know if I hear anything. And she'll, like, kind of give, like, tilt her head and smile and try to, like, just be as friendly and genuine as possible with this guy.
Give me a persuasion check real quick.
Sure.
Nothing bad's gonna happen if you roll low.
Good.
Which is really good.
Because I'm so nice to people of authority.
Wow.
That, Maxine, you're a special sort of person.
Maxine is just so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're our party face.
Did the rest of us kind of feel a little off when she's like super enthusiastic? Like, what's wrong with her? Do we
Oh
know?
boy. Yeah, on that, yeah. Angvar just sort of like nods. Someone's gotta do it. Well, I'll leave you to your business. Don't cause any trouble.
Wouldn't
And
dream of
he
it.
and he begins walking back off to presumably back to either his house or the barracks.
How would we find him again?
You could probably figure out where the barracks is. You could ask Rusty.
Fair enough. All right. We have business to attend to.
Indeed.
What's the? She's gonna kind of whisper to Val, and she's like, "What's your take? Are we going with you in the house, or are we gonna stay outside?"
We should probably have a signal for that. Although I'm
How about
not
just
quite
show
sure what
up?
that can be.
Let's just walk through the door. Speaking as someone with a little experience in that, getting supposed to be isn't the easiest to explain away.
So,
It'll just make us look more suspicious if he sees us wandering around. So walk through the door.
or maybe he's less eager to show Val what he went to if all four of us show up.
I'm sure Val can be very persuasive. She did pretty well this afternoon.
Mm,
Yeah, her uncle really loves her.
Right, which I think it might be weird if we are, all surrounding him.
I mean, I did tell him you were friends.
Yeah.
Aww. Maxine looks like pretty happy with that.
And
Don't
I'm
get
sure
your
he'd
hopes.
Oh,
I'm sure he'd understand a young lady not wanting to be alone in a strange house with someone she barely knows.
With her uncle?
Well, you don't
I'm
I'm
really
just
know.
not sure.
You know, yeah, you just met this guy. Family can be made of creeps.
maybe I'll go with you inside, and then these two stay out here. You know,
Yeah, I like that.
watch the back. I'll be your little bodyguard. She like puts a hand on the hilt of her sword.
Yeah, not to overwhelm him with a crowd of people. Maybe just as many as is inconspicuous. There we go.
I'm okay with staying back.
Yeah.
I think Bright would be more useful, though, where he could make use of that pretty face.
I'm always useful.
I don't have a pretty face.
He
Just
is
make sure he doesn't
a
serve any
master. He is a master at romantic intrigue.
It's true. That girl, she would have gone out with me eventually.
Well, your call, Val.
Eventually, Bright.
Well, or punched me. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I would bet on the punching. And then she kind of clears her throat. She's like, "Val, it's your call. How do you want to proceed?"
I'll take you, Maxine. Me and you will enter, and Bright and Torin, we're gonna have to figure out a signal for you two. See if you can stay hidden until needed.
Try staying near a window, okay?
Just do me a favor. When you meet with your uncle, make sure to drop the fact that we are in possession of a certain artifact of our own.
Why do you say?
Just interested to see what his reaction would be.
I feel like, as a treasure hunter, he's not too interested in treasure that's already found.
Well, someone in this town is.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
I like the plan.
and Maxine's gonna kind of whisper to Tora, and she's like, "Try to stay near a window in case things get bad, okay?"
I will.
Either of you have any tricks up your sleeve? Magic wise?
They wouldn't be tricks if I told you. She kind of gives the little magic hands, jazz hands.
Yep.
Torin looks at her, looks away. Okay.
Nothing too subtle, I'm afraid.
Nothing to just make maybe the lights outside his home flare up, maybe?
I could do that.
You know, if you were in danger and someone needed to come and rescue you.
Yes.
That's why she's
Uh,
taking me.
watch out for a red light. If you see a red light in any of the windows inside the house, something's up. We'll probably need help.
All right.
Sounds fair. And like we get to his place and there's like nowhere to hide.
Oh, it decorates exclusively with red lights.
Oh lord. Okay. You make your way down by the river and eventually find the furthest south home, which presumably is Cerulean's. So Val and Maxine, you two are going to knock on the door,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then the other two, y'all are gonna hide.
Torn would like to find as inconspicuous a place to loiter as possible.
Okay. You can, I guess you could, like, go sit down by the river. You'd be in pretty clear view of the house.
Take that with me.
Any light sources around the house?
None around the house, although the inside, there's clearly some fires lit.
Alright.
Alright, let me get, Cerulean's theme back up.
Oh, my favorite uncle.
And knock, 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 presumably?
Yep.
After a short wait, Cerulean opens the door, smiling. Hey there. Glad you could... And then he notices Maxine. Oh, I didn't know you're ringing. He, like, looks around for your other friend's friend.
No, just this one. She's a little protective of me.
And
Could have been otherwise.
Maxine's
Oh.
gonna like take her hand away from like the hilt of her sword. And she goes, "You know, it's dangerous for a lady to walk around in the night, especially like in a place we don't know.
Ah, yes, my brave knight.
I'm doing you both a favor." Wink.
Right. So, are you two, like, you know...
No.
We're friends.
Ah, okay. Just making sure. You'll have to excuse me, I only made dinner for two, so I guess small portions.
Right.
Come in, take your shoes off.
Yeah, I do that. And I say, "Wow, what a lovely home."
His cabin's pretty nicely made. It's pretty small. Just like 2 rooms. There's like a little kitchen and then a big open area with just like a straw mattress sitting on the ground.
Any trophies on the walls?
No,
Oh, so
no.
now, like
This place
Oh.
is pretty Spartan. Just a couple chairs, a desk for eating and writing, it seems. Have a seat. Miss, I didn't catch your name.
Maxine's gonna stand up and offer her hand. She's like, "My name is Maxine Kedoder. It's very nice to meet you, Cerulean. I didn't really get to hear the whole story traveling with Val, but you both look so happy together."
He shakes your hand. Yes, it's nice to get to meet some living family for once. But make yourself at home. I hope you like risotto. It's
Aww.
most all I know how to make.
I love it.
Spectacular. So tell me,
Well-
Val, have you gotten a chance to know many of your drow kind?
Fairly sparse. No, I haven't gotten to any, no. know any very well besides my mother.
Unfortunate. I wished I could have learned a bit more about our culture, but Mom never really spoke about her time in the Underdark.
Yes, but believe me, I've heard plenty of rumors.
Yes, as have I. I'm told you would probably get along there better than I did. Or would, excuse me.
Oh, yes. So are we eating yet?
Oh, right. He pops into the kitchen and brings out 3 wooden bowls, spoonful of fairly. Excuse me. He brings out 3 bowls of warm, steamy mushroom risotto.
Mm-hmm.
Torn and Bread are outside just like eating bread. Leftovers.
Some scraps and trash you found on the side of the river.
Ew.
Maybe a seashell if you're lucky.
She
Yeah.
picked a fish out of the water.
Listen, we might live like we're poor, but we don't have to eat like we're poor.
Right. Val's gonna give the risotto a good deep inhale. Does anything smell off?
Give me a perception check.
All right. The monk with no wisdom. Where'd it go? There we go.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, how's it taste? Maxine's gonna take a bite.
It tastes delicious.
I will tell Cerulean exactly that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't peg you for much of a cook.
Oh, I've lived alone most all my life. You have to learn these things. Anlin invited me to live with him a while back, but I politely declined.
I can't imagine why. You seem so nice.
Oh, he's an excellent friend, but I prefer my solitude for the most part. He's a bit too much to handle. Very excitable.
I could see that.
I guess we'll continue eating.
So, Val, he says after a little while, do I have any more family I'm not aware of?
Just me, I'm afraid.
Bit of a shame, I suppose, but
You
it's
were
a welcome
close.
surprise just meeting you.
Oh, can Maxine like stifle in awe?
Roll for stifle.
Oh yeah, we'll see how quiet this awe is.
Ah.
Gosh, what do you want? Like,
Stealth.
it's super quiet.
You give a quiet awe.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like Cerulean hurt you. And what about you? He turns to Maxine. I wasn't expecting an additional guest, but no, I needn't be rude.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Tell me about yourself.
Maxine will be like, oh, she's like, I was born and raised in the city of Sharn, actually. My mom's a town guard, so that's kind of what I always wanted to do, but things just didn't turn out that way. And she's kind of like twirling the spoon in the risotto or whatever, fork or whatever. And
I believe risotto is traditionally served with a spoon. I mean, it's pretty hard to eat risotto with a fork.
I don't know if there's like big chunks or something.
Well, risotto is like a sort of soupy rice and mushroom dish.
I gotcha. Yeah, she'll like twirl the spoon and she's like, things just didn't turn out that way. But hey, it's still a good life. She'll like kind of give like a genuine smile.
So what are you doing all the way out here then?
Just kind of trying to make money. Met Val, thought this could go somewhere, and just kind of doing what you can, make the most of your adventure. Didn't want to stay in Chardon for too long, stay in one place too long and we'll eventually die there.
She's one of the 3 reasons I was able to get here safely.
And presumably your other 2 compatriots are the other reasons?
Yes. However, they're getting quite drunk at the moment.
Ah, yes, I was going to ask about that. The pale-skinned fellow. He...
The salad
seems-
tipper?
Yes. He seems like an interesting character.
A hot
You
mess.
could say that. Bit of a hopeless romantic.
Ah. He hasn't tried anything, has you?
No, certainly not. We have boundaries.
Good. He seems to have genuinely taken a liking to you, Val.
Anyone special in your life at the moment?
No. Well, my crew, I suppose. The Blue Bloods are very important to me. Even if they're a bit of a rotating cast for one reason or another. I'm sorry, just a lot of people important in my life end up leaving.
I'll have to hope I'm not one of them.
God damn it, dude. Can I stifle another awe?
Not sure if Drow can blush, but if they can, he does.
He turned purple.
He takes a bite of risotto to try and disguise it.
Well, Val's gonna finish her risotto, putting down the spoon and kind of just emptying the bowl into her mouth.
I'm glad you enjoy my meal. Anlin says he prefers spicier things, but I like a bit more subtlety.
Oh. Well, what exactly was it that you were looking to show me?
Oh, right. This little ditty. He goes over to the desk, and he unlocks the bottom drawer, reaches into it, and unlocks another secret compartment in the back. Before pulling out what looks to be just like a weird shard of shining metal. It's about the length of a finger, and about the size of a finger, and it's a Warforged finger.
And it's just shining like it's glowing?
Yes,
You have a glow stick finger.
it's glowing faintly blue. I retrieved this from the Mournland. It's quite strange. It seems to have very weird properties when exposed to magic.
Well, did it have the rest of it attached?
What was left of it? This was the only intact piece I could get. The rest of it felt like it was freshly melted.
So when you say it reacts to magic, could you explain that a little more? Describe it?
Sure. Here, step outside with me a moment.
Alright.
Sure. Maxie's gonna finish her risotto real quick and put the bowl down.
Alright, just a second, I need to grab something.
Gosh, do I feel like a third wheel right now?
This is very delicious bread.
If you tear off the mold, it's not so bad.
We bought decent bread. Come on.
Yeah, you didn't buy moldy bread.
I have distinct tastes.
And all of them are bad, right? All of them are bad.
I'm sure Bright has a very distinctive taste.
Oh my.
So he goes out, and he casts what looks to be a fairy fire spell on the finger, and then
Did you say anything?
I said and then I needed to roll to see what precisely
What
happened.
happened?
And then we take 22 damage. Wow.
Wow.
It emits a sound that sounds a bit like someone's just leaning hard on a piano key, and it shines really bright for a moment.
What color does it shine?
It's the same blue.
All right.
Wow. Oh my god, what if it was red?
Yeah. Oh gosh. And it does that every time?
No, it seems to have different effects based on what spell you cast. Fairy fire makes it shriek a little, and shine brightly. It seems to amplify any magic spell cast on it.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
And you'll give it to Anlin. How much do you think he'll buy it for?
Oh, I offered it to Adlin, but it's too small and, well, a little garish to show in a collection. After all, this did used to be someone's finger.
I mean, he does have shackles in there.
True, but that's more of a reminder of a previous time. You don't need to remind anyone of the morning.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Indeed. So, Val, you're a musician. Do you have a particular place you play? Or are you a bit of a traveling minstrel?
Anywhere that can get me food and a bed for the night.
Are you in need of those things often?
Oh no. I find it somewhat easily. And if I don't, I have enough gold to survive on.
Well, I would hate for something bad to happen and you not have enough gold to survive on.
Oh please, I don't want to ask any more of you. I just want to know you as an uncle.
I understand, but... well... listen, I'll be blunt. The Blue Bloods... I think we could use an extra person, or... honestly, maybe an extra 4 people.
Val is interested.
Maxine looks pretty interested too.
That's certainly something to think about. We don't have much of a purpose at the moment.
To be frank, the offer's open. How long will you be staying in town?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
How long will you be staying in town?
Maxine kind of looks to Val, and Val looks to Maxine, and Maxine kind of just says, like, about 2 more days.
Well, I'll be staying about a week. I do want to see Enlin unveil the latest thing I found. Roll insight, both of you.
Tight.
Oh,
That's a 22.
un minuto.
Maxine, his face looks sort of regretful when he says found. You realize he kind of like paused before he said it.
Interesting.
Anlin keeps hinting at something like that. So secretive. What is it? I'm dying to know.
Give me persuasion.
Alright. Oof.
What if Maxine says, "Pretty please"? No, I won't.
No. And told me rather specifically I'm not to discuss any of his items. He does look like he kind of wants to tell you, though.
Yes. Val's gonna go for a pretty please.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Let's go.
Oh.
Nope.
I said no.
Wow.
He's
I'm not going to betray my friend.
So, where are the Blue Bloods right now? Do you think they'll show up for the unveiling?
They live around. But, no, I don't think so. They're just... It's their job. Nothing more. Most of them, anyway. I think Hux is into the history of it, but definitely not Noct.
I'll have to let you know that if I ever end up joining the Blue Bloods, I have half a mind to say yes on the spot. It'll have to be more than a job for me. She gives a wink to Cerulean.
He smiles warmly. I'm glad. I'm
So,
glad you found me, Val.
I'm glad I found you too.
I shouldn't be here. I can't. It's too adorable.
He sort of glances over to Maxine. It's nice to have met you too, Maxine.
Maxine is blushing.
Sorry. It's family and all that.
Maxine's like, I'm so happy for you too.
Val's gonna give a little humble bow. Thank you for the delicious meal. And you've surely given us a lot to think about. Where do you think you'll be finding yourself tomorrow? If we do come up with a decision.
Well, tomorrow I've got a bit of business to attend to during the day, but I should be good to do it in the evening. All of you roll perception.
Okay. Wow.
Keeps.
Not at disadvantage.
Sorry, just take my 15.
And when I said all of you, I meant all four of you.
Oh. Perception.
Maxine and Torin, you kind of... Well, Torin, you're on the lookout for a red light, but it's not... And you see a red light, it's not coming from the cabin. And you look over, and it seems to be in the direction of the museum. And... Is that a smoke cloud?
Yeah, Maxine stands up and
Maxine, you notice the same thing.
Maxine's gonna stand up and she's gonna put her.
Torin's gonna elbow right and just point to the to what he assumes is fire, and gonna say, "Are you gonna watch? I can go ahead. You gonna wait for the girls?"
No.
Girls are gross.
Right, and
Alright.
Yeah, so Maxine notices and she stands up and she puts a hand on the hilt of her sword and she says, Cerulean, is that the direction of the museum? She like kind of points out the smoke and fire.
He looks over, his eyes widen. Oh gods. Oh no.
And then Maxine's like already
She
starting for the
takes
door.
off.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I start for the door.
Val's gonna take off with him. Kind
Torian and Bright already on the way.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what maybe could have stopped this? If we checked out the Dragonborn. Just saying.
Oh, because it's a fire, it's the Dragonborn's fault?
That's racist.
Yeah.
Out of character racism over here.
So Maxine is coming with us?
Oh, of course, yeah. I move at 40 feet per round, so I'm pretty epic.
I was
Real
gonna
fast.
kind of gesture you towards the house.
If it was bright,
Or-
that probably would have worked, but I'm gonna go for the fire.
All right. So yeah, we're all dashing towards the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way back to the museum. And just as you feared, the place is ablaze. There's a roaring fire on the inside, and you can see smoke pouring out the front. It seems to be almost leaking through the wood. There's a crowd of people out in front, and Nancy is currently sitting on the steps. Her clothing is slightly burned.
Can Maxine run up and
What happened?
Oh gods! Oh gods! It's just the fireplace. I don't know what happened, but it just started erupting. It was like a volcano. Oh god!
Is everyone out? Is everyone okay?
She like looks around. I think oh, where's Anlin? Anlin, are you? Oh gods, no! He went to the balcony.
come on.
Right.
Gonna rush it?
Yeah, let's all rush in.
Val had cast mage armor on her on the way there. If that's
All right, everyone, roll initiative,
Hell yeah.
and you might want to get in the actual foyer.
Oh, can we actually get in there?
I'll just reveal everything.
All right. Val's gonna snap and put that desk on fire, out of fire.
She said the balcony, right? And I'm gonna try to push back this.
Wait, where is Torin?
All
Why am I
right,
not-
go ahead and get initiative tracker open. Why did yours not send?
What did I do?
Sorry, just setting stuff up. Crap. I have to go in like 30 minutes, and this is gonna take longer than that.
I'd call that a good session.
Yeah, we can
I was
end
gonna
on
say-
this exciting note.
Yeah, alright. We'll end with the museum being on fire. So yeah, you get in. Cerulean's with you.
Mhm.
He is insistent that he help you. This is not precisely the order I was expecting things to go in, but I think it's fun.
Yeah, I like meeting our favorite uncle.
Yeah.
Oof. Right.
Alright.
You know why the initiative didn't work?
I have no idea.
You can just edit
Alright.
it.
Do you have Valanthe's token set as her actual token, maybe?
I was fairly sure.
Did you click on her when you did the initiative button?
Yes.
Alright, I should probably turn off the combat music. Here, we'll get the museum's theme, since this is the last time you're ever gonna hear it.
Oh, we can't
Oh.
say.
I'll tell you right now, the fire's a little too thick to save the museum. I mean, you can try. If you got real lucky, you could probably save the building.
Should have taken the box.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Oh no!
That box is in fact made out of wood, isn't it?
Magic wood.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I have a better thing to listen to. There we go.
Will it really take longer than 30 minutes?
Are you-
Yes.
Ooh, we get to fight fire.
You do indeed get to fight fire.
What's the fire's turn in initiative?
I'll tell you right now, it has one,
Oh,
Oh no.
but not yet.
Because we're gonna have 2 weeks to do this, guys.
oh wait, are we skipping
That's
next
true.
week?
Yeah,
If you can schedule it to another day, I'm open the rest of that week.
no, not really.
All right then.
Well, no, never mind.
Darn.
So yeah, how did you all enjoy the first 2 sessions? I didn't really get a chance to ask about it before.
This has been great.
I hope I wasn't hogging screen time.
I think you did
I
great.
guess that's kind of what happens when you claim familial relations.
You're
Hey, it was worth it.
I loved
Everybody
it.
has to have the star a little bit.
So,
They must fail.
so fun fact, I originally wrote Cerulean as kind of a dick. Like, he was originally very standoffish, but I decided this week, I was like, you know what? I don't think Ammon would be friends with Cerulean if he was like that. And so I kind of dialed back his personality a little bit.
I think you did a very
Um,
good job showing that, like, kind of breaking away. I was
Yeah,
gonna-
I wasn't planning on doing that, but he for various reasons, he genuinely really likes Val.
Right.
So he's kind of acting around her a little bit like he acts around Anlin.
Gosh, it's like the.
Girl, you're gonna break his heart.
I know. It's like he even kind of like makes it sound like, like he's being a father figure because he has no other family. When he asked if Bright had ever tried anything with her, or like if we were a thing, he's like, "Oh, I invited family. Why the hell is she here?" Ah, it's adorable. I love it.
So, Jack, are you actually prepared if we join the Blue Bloods?
Yes.
Julio. Something to think about.
But
Yeah, you can definitely join up with them. That will work just fine. You don't have to, obviously.
But when we unleash some sort of eldritch horror under the world from this box, we gotta do something.
I just want my
Well-
400 GPs.
Well, I will
Easiest
tell you right
400
now.
roll.
I will tell you right now that you're probably gonna have some questions for Lady Specule when you find out what is in the box.
Lady Specule is in the box.
Wow.
Like that Harry Potter movie.
You passed, she says.
Campaign over.
I told you not to open the box. Roll initiative.
Oh,
What would have happened if I tried to sneak that box out of there? 'Cause
If you had succeeded, I would have planned a lot of encounters for no reason.
Wow.
That's what would have happened.
I mean-
Goodness.
I have a pretty good sleight of hand.
You already skipped a major encounter where you were gonna. Because I was expecting you to like try to investigate where the caravan was robbed.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been smart.
Well, yeah, we were gonna do that some late. Well, Thorn was gonna
That
do
would've
that
been-
later.
we had too much information.
Yeah. We had to meet our dad.
You did get pretty much the maximum amount of information that I wrote. You did miss out on Cerulean straight up telling you what he found. But
Yeah, because that's a natural 1 and a natural 2.
yeah.
Even with the
I
pretty
didn't
good-
plan on him even having a chance of telling you, because he's real good friends with Anlin, but he's taken a liking to you. So if you'd rolled high, he would have told you what he'd found. And I won't spoil if that was the box or not.
Or some other similar box-shaped object.
Or that warforged foot. Ooh.
Yeah, the finger's a little garish, but the whole foot is just fine.
That's right up his alley. He's like, oh hell yeah.
Like during that whole
Hammond's
conversation,
really in defeat.
Oh my god.
during that whole conversation with Cerulean, Val was just like begging you guys to go do some sneaky stuff, playing the flute.
Gosh, I can't believe you got in there so easily, Torin, and you came out so empty-handed.
I know!
I was like, this is the chance of a lifetime.
He has a key that opens a flaming door.
I spilled all
But
that.
I sneak back in. Okay, I was planning on sneaking back in. I didn't know it was gonna get set on fire.
All that salad
You can
wasted.
plan for things like that, okay?
Oh no, the salad's on fire.
I had
Alright.
a perfectly legitimate way of getting back in.
Mhm.
Fire.
Gosh.
Yep. I will admit there was a way to prevent this fire. I won't tell you what it is, but there was a way to make this not happen. Which I would have been a little happy about, but also kind of sad because this fire took a lot of effort.
Aw.
There's a lot of things on the GM layer.
Man.
Oh no.
Well, I think you're doing a great job so far. I really like it. I'm sad we have to wait 2 weeks,
Yay!
but
I'm
Should be
sad
good.
too, but it does mean I'll get to prepare a couple other things for you to find a way to not encounter.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and it'll be longer, yeah.
Yeah. This shouldn't
Yes,
happen again
next week
unless we have another hurricane.
Yeah, next week, or rather 2 weeks from now, should be a full session instead of our little 2-hour session.
Nice. So it'll be like a double session, anyways. It'll make up for it.
Yeah. Alrighty then, everyone.
That was fun.
I am
Nice
I
to
am
see you all.
very happy that we got to do this. Sorry it was a little bit late.
Oh yeah, and Brett and Torrin were totally discussing how to break into your uncle's home, by the way. Maybe next
I
time you
would've thought-
bring one of the shady fucks. Then
I would
the
have
next-
thought it was really funny if one group noticed but the other group didn't. So you just have Bright and Torn like it's like, oh geez, they ran off somewhere. Let's break into his house.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the finger to emit a bright red light, and Bright and Torn just leap out of the bushes, armed to the teeth.
Ah!
murder your uncle.
Man, that's so neat. Gotta take Maxine to meet your parents, though. You know how it is.
Yeah. Alright everyone. I will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye!
Oh, wait, actually, I had a question. Since we're not going to be able to play D&D next week, I would like to offer a possible substitute. There are other less rules intensive tabletop games that I'm interested in, and I wanted to see if you guys would perhaps also be interested.
Yes.
This is gonna be
I
a
was-
fair game.
Because I was thinking that we should play everyone as John.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but if you want to
Oh,
play it,
that's fun that you don't know what it is because it is a very fun game. It's the general how do I say this? Basically, as the name implies, all of the players play as John, who is a resident of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who is awful at everything.
Oh, that seems right up my alley.
Except certain things. Each player has a couple skills, and they also have an obsession. And while they're in control of John, they have to try to get their obsession done. And try to use the skills that they have. And your obsession can be anything. Like, it can be, like, from, I want someone to hand me a glass of soda, to, I want to blow up the movie theater. because I think aliens are running it. It is a very silly game.
Oh my.
I like
So
it.
you just need a game that won't have a 2-hour-long session. Spooky. Well, I
I'm in.
am starting to DM a campaign for some of my friends on 20, so we'll see how that works out.
Ooh, interesting.
We haven't decided on a meeting yet.
All right, everyone.
Right, so
I will,
great game.
I will talk to you all later.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were enjoying the campaign so far.
Loving it.
Worst cliffhanger ever.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 See ya.